Hello everybody, it's your old pal Tuna here, and welcome back to another video. And today, we are returning to Winnipeg from Vancouver for AI-KON, the largest anime festival in Manitoba. Now, if you've been following the channel for the last few months, you know that I've been doing travel cons super hard this year. I've been flying around Canada, partially because I've been accepted to all of these cons, and partially in light of the US tariff situation that's been making online selling a little bit more complicated. And I just like getting my work in front of people in this way. So I applied to basically everything that is available in Canada. And it's my opinion that if you want to kind of make being a con artist part of your creative career, it's pretty essential to step into doing travel conventions. But I understand they can absolutely be a bit of a risk to take if you've never done them before. There's a lot of expenses that go into it, between your hotel or accommodation costs, your airfare or travel expenses, and the food, and little bits and pieces that add up over time, not to mention the time that you'll take out in order to be here, which usually includes a travel day before and possibly after, and so on and so forth. But so far, the 4 cons that I have done, this is the 5th one this year that's a travel convention, they've all been worthwhile. So let's see what happens this time around. I'm hoping for the best. And if you are interested in learning more about travel conventions, how to do them, tips and tricks, mistakes I've made, please drop your questions in the comment box below so that when I do make that video, which will be as soon as possible, I can make sure to answer your questions and cover the kinds of things you might be interested in learning about. So I did attend AI-KON last year and I did okay. I did have a vlog for that if you want to go check it out. The thing is that anime conventions are not necessarily my best scene, but at the end of the day, I'm grateful just to be included, and I can always find the people who are interested in the type of stuff that I make within them, even if I'm not selling flavor of the week fan art or anything like that. So I like coming back to them as well because a lot of anime cons tend to be run by the community, by a small group of people who really have a lot of respect for the vendors. And this year they've expanded the convention a little bit as well. It's a little bit bigger than it has been before. I'm not entirely sure. I want to say 25%. I don't know. But it's nice, yeah, to see that they're able to grow. And one of the interesting things about AI-KON that I don't think I've seen at a lot of other shows is that the artist alley and vendor tables are interspersed within each other. It's pretty unique. So like there'll be a row of artist alley and then a row of vendors and a row of artist alley and vendors. And I don't know, I'm kind of 50-50 on that myself. I'm not personally super into the stuff that vendors will sell. And I think that if you're a small artist and you're competing with mass-produced items, like sometimes the price points can be confusing to customers, so it's a little bit difficult in theory. But I don't know, I also think it's good for the small businesses or artists that do choose to instead get a vendor table. Maybe they need a little bit more space, or they are selling their own plush that they've designed or whatever. Like, it's nicer for them to be closer to illustrator smaller artists as well, rather than just surrounded by some of those more reseller booths. So yeah, I don't know, just let me know what you think about whether the vendors and artist alley should be separate or together. I would be curious to hear your thoughts about that. So this con is juried. We were all selected rather than first come, first serve. This is a trend I'm seeing. First come, first serve is kind of going the way of the dodo, which I am very grateful for. And I think they did a good job of choosing a spread of like local, Winnipeg, and Canadian artists, which I think is really important. I am looking forward to this weekend. I have no high expectations. My expenses were around 1,000 Canadian dollars just to be here. So if I can profit on top of that as much as possible, that would be fantastic. And last year was about 3,000 in sales over the 3 days. So I'll be curious to see how it compares. I hope you'll enjoy the ride with me. This has gotta be one of the nicest Airbnbs I have ever stayed in. All right, hello everybody. It's current me here. I just finished setting up at AI-KON and I brought literally my personal belongings, which fit into 3 tote bags, 3 outfits, 3 tote bags. Pretty simple, to my Airbnb, and I have the rest of today off. It's just after 3 p.m. local time, and yeah, we don't start the con until noon tomorrow, so I have a few plans up my sleeve. First and foremost, I'm hungry, so I'm gonna go get some food, but I also plan to utilize this wonderful Airbnb and cook most of my meals to save some money because I went on a holiday that was very expensive and I don't need to eat out every single day while I'm here. I'm sure that VoiceOver Tuna already told you a little bit about this con. I'm happy to be here. Honestly, I feel like it came on really quickly after coming back from Italy, and I could have used a little bit more at-home time. My summer, as it turns out, has ended up quite a bit more packed than I intended. I have just the 2 cons this month, so AI-KON here in Winnipeg and then Mini-Comi in Vancouver, and then I'm doing 4 cons in August, 2 on one weekend, so Mark's gonna help me out with that. But I never intended for it to be this way, but you know, you gotta make stickers while the sun shines, and it's my job. I signed up for this, literally. And it's GDQ right now. If you don't know what it is, it's a speed running marathon for charity. This is like its 15th year that it's been running, and it's highly, highly entertaining. So yeah, I think that's all I have to say. We're gonna get into the con vlog real soon. And I think no matter what happens this weekend, I am going to be in good spirits because I have a bit of a meh attitude towards the whole thing. So we're in for a good time.
Like Spike said, we kind of goes with animation, so we can just stand and cruise through everything. That was actually completely optimal. That was pretty good. That was really good.
What's that message box say?
No clue.
The world may never, in fact, know.
Good morning, everyone. It is the morning of Friday, day 1 of AI-KON. Are you ready to sell some stickers? I hope you are, because we're about to do that. I had a very relaxing night last night. I literally hung around here the whole entire time, watched GDQ, ate snacks, and did some art fight drawings because I am doing art fight this year, and I did some on like the 1st of July, and then I've been really busy for the past week and a bit, so picking up where we left off there. And I feel like that's going to be the theme for this weekend. We're gonna go with cozy, we're gonna go with laid back and chill, we're gonna hope for the best, not expect the worst. I don't think there's any worse to expect. AI-KON was fine last year, very like middle of the road, typical anime con sales and vibes. And I'm very curious to see, today is Friday, we go from 12 to 8. I'm curious to see if, like trends have been at anime cons recently, Friday is the best day for sales. I kind of am expecting that to be the case. I guess we'll see over the course of today and tomorrow. But yeah, Friday should set the pace for how the weekend's gonna go. I am bringing my laptop to watch GDQ. I am bringing my iPad to take little kitty cat commissions if anyone wants them. I am feeling fresh, fabulous. I slept in until 10, but I think that was 8 a.m. in my brain. At 8 a.m. here, there's some construction going on across the street right outside of my window. Typical. I swear, every time I book an Airbnb, there's construction or like a highway right next to it because I buy the cheapest ones. But it didn't keep me from rolling over and getting another 2 hours. So yeah, feeling fine, finishing the last of my coffee, and we'll be off to the con. Thank you so much.
I want to ask me about that.
You want one?
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Thank you.
Yearly tradition, I gotta put in the middle of it.
Because you need somewhere to put all of your goods. You've got a card, so that's perfect. It looks good to me. Would you like to pay by card or cash? Yeah, no problem. Just a little sales tax, so $31.50 right on the screen when you're ready.
Oh my god! I'm doing it!
Love it. Thank you so much. And shall I hold it open for you to insert?
Thank you!
Beautiful. Happy shopping.
How many cats do you have?
I have 2. I have Nori, the tuxedo cat, and Flapjack, the orange cat. Yes. Yeah. And I think the last time I was here, it was right before I got Flapjack, actually. So he's still just a baby, little over a year old. Yeah. Yeah, the black and white one, tuxedo. Yeah. He just needs a little bow tie, right? Okay, what can I do you for? One clown boy. Yes, which can I grab? That's okay, they're organized. Just explain what it looks like. I can find it.
Black with the white cats.
Yeah, the eye cat, yeah. The Rat King, Cat King, you got it.
Skeleton deer.
Skeleton deer.
The Don't Bug Me.
Don't Bug Me is over here somewhere. Perfect. And your free one.
Maybe the a little stitches.
Yes, perfect. Would you like a paper bag for everything? You'll tuck it in there. Perfect. And paying by card?
Yes.
Yes. $34.65 with tax. You can tap on the screen for me. Just a little towards the middle. There we go. And did you get a business card already?
I did get some.
Take your time. Important insertion of wallet.
Thank you very much.
My absolute pleasure. Nice to see you. Hope the rest of the weekend goes well for you. Thank you. Bye. Hello everyone, we're 15 minutes before close and today has gone about as well as I expected, which is to say, fine. If today is the busiest day of the weekend, it's going to be a sad weekend, but I believe I've just hit my costs, so tomorrow and Sunday, that's all going to be profit if you don't count the product cost, as I always say. But I feel like today went by pretty quickly considering how kind of medium slow it was. I'm sure working on commissions helped with that, and I have lots of nice people around me and the vibes are good and it's relatively quiet and calm. So yeah, gonna go home, watch more GDQ, eat more pasta, and get ready for tomorrow. I just had a fan drop by and they brought me a little gift bag, so I thought that we could open it together. So here's their info. Artwork by Michaela. Thank you so much. I've never looked this handsome in my life. Look how beautiful it is. It's even got my yellow and my stars on it. I love it so much. So these are so fantastic. These are their stickers. I know that they mentioned that they do a lot of the indigenous markets around Winnipeg and so on. So if you're in town, definitely go check some of those out. If you check out their socials, I'm sure they'll direct you to where those shows are, because look at how beautiful these stickers are. Oh my god, the blueberry one in particular speaks to me. It's these kinds of things where I get to meet you guys and just people who get excited about art and my work, and we can share that community spirit together. That's what makes these worthwhile, and I'm trying to have more of like a positive outlook when maybe sometimes they don't go my way, because there's more to doing these than just making money. That's, if I wanted to just make money, I would not be an artist, let me tell you.
I'll get the 5.
Absolutely. Which can I grab for you?
A little
Stitches, yes.
the wanted one.
Okie dokie.
The poop machine.
Poop machine.
You gonna eat that one?
Yeah.
And the eye bite.
Eye bite, perfect. Can I put those in a paper sleeve for you?
Sure.
So 21 with the GST, just on the screen, please. Thank you so much. And can I get you a receipt?
No, thank you.
All right, those are for you. Enjoy. Yes, of course. Would you like a paper sleeve? Thanks a lot. Take care. Thank you. How are you? I was here last year, so
I'm another artist.
Oh, hello. Yes.
Found you.
Somewhere.
I definitely recognize your name and your artwork.
We all bob and weave together online and in person, ships passing through the night. Thank you. And that one's plein air, so I was sitting on the beach painting it live. It was so cold outside. Yeah, it was. I think it was in like November or something. Yeah. You're used to that. I'm from Vancouver, so like -5 is still a lot for me. I think like -15 is probably like the coldest I've ever seen it, and that's like rare.
I think it's like -3.
I would not even go outside. Oh my gosh. Both of them. Oh my god, thank you so much. That's exactly what I look for too. Good luck hunting for more, I suppose. Hello everyone. Wow, my hair is looking very scruffy from putting my headphones on and off all day. But it is just about 4 o'clock. 3 more hours left on the floor, and I just reached yesterday's sales, which is good. That means Saturday is going to be more than Friday, which thankfully, because yesterday was kind of mid. I'm not as scared or disappointed as I was earlier. I think everything's going to be okay. I feel like last year's I-KON was such a panic vlog of me getting really upset, but I've come to terms with the fact that this one's going to be a little lower performing. It is still better than others that I've done. We're not taking an L here. It's just not the biggest W in the world. I don't remember what I was saying, but anyway, there's a whole nother day. There's a few more hours today. We are big chillin'. I'm drawing lots of kitty cats and having a grand old time. That is not sarcasm. That is true.
Funny because all I see is original artwork, but it's like it stands out so much, and it's like it's really refreshing. Yeah.
People are mostly looking for fan art, so it's kind of like I have to sort of like be like, hey, give me a chance.
Right.
But I'm glad that my work can speak for itself and stand out.
I don't know. Like I guess like you ever see yourself getting to this point or like?
I mean, I feel like I always sort of thought that there was nothing else that I really wanted to do with my life, so I figured I was gonna make it work one way or the other. And like I've been doing art professionally for a long time now, but my philosophy was always like, whatever I can get paid to do, I'm gonna do that. So when I started out, it was more like
Just to get
freelance work, yeah, like stuff that didn't really represent my art. And then I got into doing the markets, and I did do more fan art back when I started.
Of course.
And then as time went on and I like had more of a following, I could sort of transition to my own designs. And yeah, I would say like for the past 5 years or so, that's been mostly what I've been focusing on.
Okay. How long have you been doing this?
Well, I've been doing it for like 14 years, but full time for like 10, I think.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. I'm old.
Yeah, you know, like I'm not young either, but it's very inspiring to hear like you don't have to be young to do this, and like you don't have to be, like you can still be having a groove even despite like being old.
I know. I feel like as well the experience that I've had like over all this time lets me like make better decisions and stuff. I mean, I still make bad decisions all the time,
That's
but
just growing up.
it's like, you know, the successes and the failures are all like teachable moments, and there's a sense of that constant evolution to the job that keeps it very exciting.
Yes, but I'm like I like the genre, but
Yeah.
it's like, to find the groove of it is
Yeah.
like really difficult. So like, is there something that you kind of hold on to?
I mean, I call it like instead of being like inspired, you need to be like practiced, or like you need to be in the habit of making stuff. And sometimes that involves setting a time where you're like, okay, tonight or every Tuesday I'm gonna sit down for an hour and I'm gonna draw. Even if I can't think of anything, I'm gonna like just sketch in my sketchbook for an hour. And then over time you can like increase that amount of time that you spend drawing, and you'll have more of the habit to draw. So when you do find yourself inspired, you'll have a really good base to like jump in and draw right away.
Yeah.
And it's like with anything in life, like you gotta make time for it. It's not just gonna like happen. If that makes it not fun, then like don't do that. But if you wanna like improve a lot for sure, and then like force yourself into a good habit. Like I want to read more comic books. I have such a collection that I haven't read, and I keep saying, okay, I'm gonna like set 30 minutes in the evening to read, and I still won't do it. But I have the best intentions, and eventually I'll get around to it.
Right. Thank you for your time.
Oh my gosh, very nice to see you again. Hopefully I'll see you again next year. And
You know what? There's always another.
and I'm online. You can always see what I'm up to there.
Yeah.
It's for the best. If you're not online, stay offline. It would be my pleasure to accommodate you.
Sorry, it's just I remember actually coming here last year and I couldn't make it to it because I was already
Because
because I ran out.
you ran out of money. Oh my god. I mean, it happens at I-KON. Yeah.
It was so bad.
That's the clown one. Perfect. And do you want to use it now, or shall I roll it up for you?
Could I use it now?
You sure could. The pancakes are all it's my pleasure. And you can peel off the plastic on both sides of each piece. Throw in a little extra bonus goodie for you as well. All right, $68.25 with the tax, just on the screen for me, please. There's your goodie bag just in time. Thank you. Take care.
Hello, I-KON marketplace. The room is now closed for the day. Please make your way to the exit.
Wait.
It is Sunday morning. It is about 11 o'clock now. The hall's been open for an hour, but high key, I was shopping instead of standing at my table. The last 2 days I did not sell anything in the first hour of the day, so frankly, they can come back and find me if they need me. But it's a short day today. We're only on the floor until 4 o'clock, so what's that, 5 more hours left? I have some cat commissions from yesterday left to complete today, I think about 3 of them. And I'm in good spirits, we'll see. Hopefully there's sales today. I think I'm at about 2,100 or 2,200 in sales for the weekend. So if I hit that $800 in sales today, I think that I will just take it as I was chatting with some of my friends, we were calling it a right angle that is not an L, or perhaps a lowercase W. A very kind of medium, middling show, but definitely better than Anime Revolution in Vancouver. It's just a shame that my expenses are so high because the tables are very reasonable. I think they're about 170 Canadian for the 3 days. So if you're local to Winnipeg, that is such a great, like, low entry cost for the potential to turn around, you know, thousands of dollars, frankly, if you have the stock and quality to do so. But I have no complaints. Really, everything is fine, and I have met some cool people and seen some fans and seen a bunch of my friends. Of course, we all travel around Canada together, basically ended up next to Carm on the airplane, and there's a whole bunch of us flying home at 8 o'clock tonight, got pushed to 8:40. So I will be headed straight to the airport from after the show today. And I'm gonna hang out there probably for many hours. Work on more cat commissions, maybe just sit around and scroll on Reddit, who's to say? But yeah, let's do it one more day. My Toronto knowledge is more limited than I'd like to admit. I have only been 2 times this year, but for work only.
Yeah,
But
right?
I was at TCAP.
I was there too.
Yeah, were you tabling?
Yeah.
How was it for you?
It was pretty good.
It was crazy. Oh, it's just, I don't know, like, I do okay at this sort of thing, but the comic festivals, that's where my people are, and it's where I belong. So, but this is good too, and yourself?
Yeah, I'm from Winnipeg. It's like my
From Winnipeg, awesome. It's so accessible if you are from Winnipeg, like, it's very inexpensive and, like, really good turnout. I'm from Vancouver. I do when it's around. It was sleeping this year, but hopefully our Vancouver will be back next year. From what I hear, it's going well, so that'll be the plan.
It's such a great con, like, for like Winnipeg artists. It's like really big. It's just, I think it's also like really bad economy.
It is what it is, right? What's your, like, you don't have it written on your thing, so it's okay.
It's very strolling.
What was that saying?
Very strolling.
Oh yeah, I think I saw your table. There's some people in front of us like cute, and I didn't get a chance to take a look. So yeah. Thank you.
Will you come here next year?
It depends. It's up to them whether they accept us in for the market, but I should apply again. Yeah.
I would love to.
Thank you so much. I think that's the only gray tuxedo that's been sold this weekend. Yeah, it was a gray striped tabby. That was the most popular by far.
I think I know what I want.
Okay.
I definitely want this one just in case.
Yes. Which one?
The travel.
You want the card?
For stickers, can I have the Don't Bug Me? And thank you
So much. To see you again.
Can I have the Don't Bug Me?
Yes.
And then right now I'm deciding between 2. Okay.
Yep.
Should I get Wanted or should I get a Little Stitch?
Ooh, I feel like they're both pretty popular. I might phase out a Little Stitches, but Wanted I'll probably keep in. So Little Stitches might be more like limited, if that makes
then
sense.
I'll get that one.
Okay, cool. I've had it for a while, and I'm like always like to rotate new designs.
Yeah, understandable.
Little baggie for you. Okay, cool.
And you're my last one.
I love that. You did well. I'm giving you $2 back though, so you can always go spend that somewhere else.
I only have $7.
You did great. Thank you so much.
Hello, I-KON vendors, artists, and exhibitors. So thank you again for coming out to I-KON. Go to the I-KON merchandise desk and show your artist, vendor, or exhibitor badge to them. Please help yourself to a free t-shirt or lanyard. T-shirt? Let's go. Thank you. Okay, walk, people.
Hello everybody, and welcome to Richardson Airport, aka the land of stranded Vancouverites. And before you ask, they measured my collar here, and the spikes are exactly the correct length to be allowed on the plane. Anyway, yeah, literally, like, our flight was delayed 2 hours. I think there's multiple other flights in here to Vancouver also delayed. I was looking at the board and everything seems to be delayed. It's also nearly dead in here, so yeah, we're just gonna pop down in the corner with this beautiful tarmac behind us and have a quick chat about I-KON, because usually I record this part of the video like way later because I get back from the con, I'm very tired, and it takes me a while to actually get around to filming it. But while it's fresh in my mind, let's talk about how the con went. So first of all, I'm actually going to start this out by correcting myself here. I said that I was making less this year than I did last year, and I apparently cannot do math. I made $200 more-ish this year than last year, and my expenses were about the same both ways. So I think that little W just turned into like a slightly larger W, maybe like an uppercase W but in a different font. Really, I'm not upset at all with how the weekend went down. It was really nice to be at a chill con where I didn't have to be spending like 100% of my life energy to actually be present and focused on what was going on. I was able to sit, I was able to take commissions and work on commissions. I was able to watch GDQ with my headphones on for like all day yesterday. So I was thinking I wasn't going to apply to this one again next year, but I probably will, frankly, though. Somebody did come up to me and tell me about the Prairie Comics Festival, which I've heard about a few times. It's basically like a VanCaf, TCAF, decaf. I mean, there's a bunch of calves, but for the prairies. And last year they had as a guest one of my favorite comic artists of all time who was there, so that's pretty cool. I almost thought about going just for that. And that one is like later in the summer or in early September, so I don't know, maybe I'll apply to I-KON. If I don't get in, I'll go check that one out. Who's to say? It's nice to have something in Manitoba. Like, I have literally no reason to come to Manitoba otherwise. No offense, I have no reason to go to Saskatchewan or like any of the Maritimes provinces either. But what can I tell you about this con? It felt very busy, all things considered. I didn't get a ton of crowd shots. I think the ones that I did illustrate how densely packed the room actually was at certain parts of the day, especially on Saturday. Frankly, it was very quiet on Sunday. Like, there was no volume of people at all, which I wasn't expecting given that they expanded the hall. I guess the Winnipeggers showed up to make it worthwhile. And I'm really proud of the con overall for growing into like being a destination anime con. I did talk to a lot of my fellow vendors though, and a lot of the people who were there for the first time were like, yeah, it's not so bad. And the people who were returning, like myself, were reporting lower sales, upwards of like 30% or more less than last year. And I think part of that might be because there were more vendors and you kind of get that spread out of the money a little bit more. And then if you don't have that much new stock, it's a lot of the same people coming back year after year. It was definitely nice to see some familiar faces from last year who came up and were like, oh, I bought this. A bunch of people showed up with my tote bags that they were using, still in good condition a year later. So that was really fun. And then doubly so if they bought another thing 2 years in a row. I always appreciate that. One of the things that was really striking about this con in particular was I sold a much higher proportion of zines and a couple of my Bee Haunted comic books than I usually would at an anime show. Love that. I sold out of all the cat safaris that I had brought with me, which were all that were left. It's totally sold out now, unfortunately, and I won't be printing them again. I think I had like 6 or 7 and they all sold. Sold a bunch of sketchies, a couple of the Montreal zines, and a couple of Bee Haunteds, which, yeah, percentage wise is much higher than usual, and that makes me happy because, as you know, those are my labors of love, so I like to get them in people's hands. I also feel that because I was taking it pretty casually, there were opportunities where I definitely could have jumped in and sold at people more, like actually been like engaging with them and trying to bait them into conversation or bait them into like making a purchase when they're humming and hawing over it at my table. But that's really not my style. Like especially as time has been going on, and I've been doing this for so long, I'm like not interested in selling at people very much, Patreon plugs notwithstanding. But I definitely find it off-putting as a attendee if somebody is like selling. I like a chatty like person, don't get me wrong, but don't sell to me. Like there was one guy who like jumped into a pitch as I was like looking at the stuff on his table, and he had tons of stuff, and so I was trying to like take it all in, and he's like, these are $15, these are on sale, buy 3 get 1 free. And I was literally like, dude, I work here too, like don't even bother. And then I felt kind of bad because I thought it was a little bit curt, because I definitely took the wind out of his sails, but maybe he learned a little lesson about reading the room. One last totally funny thing is that there was a person who was behind me. Their booth name was Eel Beats, but their like human name was Tuna. And people kept talking to them and being like, Tuna, Tuna. And the whole time I'm like, what is me? I've never had that happen before. And the fact that we were back to back was like, what are the odds of that? And frankly, I hope it never happens again because it was very confusing. Okay, yeah, I think that's all I really wanted to say about how the weekend went. I think I'll be kind of assigning most of the profits that I made at this show to like the restock that I did, because I did a massive restock order right before I went to Italy. Some of like all of which, or at least the pins and the patches, like did not arrive in time for this show, which would have been great, I think, because I probably would have sold more kitty pins because I would have had more colors. They'll be here for Mini-Kami in a couple of weeks. And yeah, I feel like I've kind of recouped all that cost now, so I'm ready to slide into the summer with the rest of the cons that I have. That's Mini-Kami, that's Anime-thon, Annie Revo, a couple of Pride events, Etsy.co. I think that's all that I have booked. And then I was thinking about maybe taking the fall off and not kind of going out of my way to find markets. And I'm not just saying that because I got rejected from most of the fall markets that I applied to. And then I kind of have an aspiration of opening up my online shop again. I have to figure out the whole tariff thing because it's like snip snap constantly, and I don't want to open it and then not be able to sell to Americans. Anyway, speaking of Patreon shout outs, let's give a shout out to everybody over on Patreon in my snack pack who is helping to support the channel. These are the people that give me the time to edit, to record, to make these videos for you. So I totally appreciate all of these people, some of which are pledged at $1 or more to get digital rewards. Sometimes I do extra videos, podcast newsletters, digital downloads. You can enter my Discord server and my secret shop where I sell all of my sticker sheets that you see in my videos, and some of which are subscribed at $10 or $25 tiers in my lunchbox clubs to get mailable rewards sent straight to them every month. They're pretty cool. This month we are doing an Italy themed one. If you missed my Italy vlog 2 weeks ago, these rewards are inspired by that. It's Flapjack and Nori going on an Italy adventure. The print rewards that I've done for this month are actually photographs that Mark took when we were on our trip, and I drew my cats into them because I thought it would be cute. And they have little postcard printing on the back, so you can like actually send it as a postcard if you want to, but if it was me, I would keep them and put them on the wall. So do please consider supporting the channel if you've got a couple of bucks to spare, and even if you don't, I want to thank you for making it to the end of this video. I hope it has been informative and interesting for you, and I hope to see some of you guys at future cons. Stay sparkly, don't let the cruel world dull your shine, and I will see you next time. Bye!